Diction. Children's authors must closely watch their diction to ensure they're using easily understandable words. Dictionary. During the game of Scrabble, Fred looked at the dictionary to find the correct spelling of the word. Predict. It's not easy to predict when certain areas might experience an earthquake, so it's best to always be prepared. Predictable. The weather was predictable during the summer months, so that's when Sylvia and her family would go camping. Prediction. According to the psychic's prediction, I should not go outside today in order to avoid bad luck. Predictive. Now, cell phones have predictive texting, so you don't even have to write a full sentence anymore. Dedicate. Haley wanted to dedicate her last performance to her mother, who taught her everything she knew about piano. Dedication.
The teacher was impressed with her students' level of dedication during the rehearsal for the school play.
Dedicated. Nicholas is a perfect example of a dedicated athlete who comes to practice every single day. Contradiction. It was a contradiction for Paul to tell others to be quiet in the cinema when he himself was shouting. Contradict. Part of being a lawyer is finding instances where the stories of witnesses contradict one another to find the truth. Contradictory. The policeman was confused by the contradictory stories both the victim and the criminal were telling him. Indicate. During his exam, the doctor asked me to indicate where I felt the most pain upon his touch. Indication. The school counselor couldn't understand what was wrong with Sally because she displayed no indication of illness. Indicative. Browning stems on a plant may be indicative of a fungus problem, possibly due to overwatering. Indicator. Indicator. Don't forget to use your indicator when turning into the road, the driving instructor warned Joseph. Dictate. Dictate. The university allowed its students to dictate their own schedule since they all had such busy lives. Dictation. Dictation. Dictation, typing, and bookkeeping are essential skills for anyone who wants to become an executive assistant. Dictator. Dictator. A dictator is a leader that depends on force or deception to gain political power over people. Addict. Addict. The addict sought help from the medical rehabilitation center so that he could get healthy again. Addict. Addicted. Addicted. It's common for adults to become addicted to coffee since it tastes delicious and gives energy. Addicted. Addiction. Addiction. People were so afraid of alcohol addiction during the temperance movement that some governments banned alcohol sales. Addiction. Abdicate. Abdicate. After being caught in a scandal, the king was forced to abdicate his throne to someone else. Abdicate. Abdication. Abdication. King Edward VIII's abdication from the British throne caused quite the stir across the Commonwealth at the time. Abdication. Addictive. Addictive. Those with an addictive personality may become obsessed or dependent on some bad habit. Addictive. Benediction. Benediction. When Sally visited Grace in the hospital after her surgery, she offered her a benediction of fresh-cut flowers. Edict. Edict. After the war started, the emperor announced an edict to recruit every firstborn son into the army. Edict. Index. Index. Using the index of a book is a great method to quickly find what you are looking for. Index. Indictment. Indictment. After the official indictment of the politician was in the news, his wife decided to divorce him. Indictment. Indict. Indict. The jury voted to indict the dangerous criminal for the charge of stealing valuable government documents. Indict. Jurisdiction. 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 After they caught him, the police brought the criminal back to the city that had jurisdiction over his case. Malediction. Malediction. The two powerful magicians furiously cast dangerous spells, vile maledictions, and terrible curses on one another. Malediction. Unpredictability. Unpredictability. Due to Robert's unpredictability in attendance and performance, he has been fired from many jobs. Unpredictability. Unpredictable. Unpredictable. The weather forecast is unpredictable in the winter, so it is not a good time to travel to Orchid Island. Unpredictable. Valediction. 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 The general gave one last valediction to his troops before stepping down to retire and live a relaxed life. Valedictory. Valedictory. His fellow fire service staff gave the retiring fire station chief a heartfelt valedictory during his farewell party. Valedictory.